But
You
they're the
know,
ones that had like were they all evolutions or were they just all different gimmicks? I can't remember.
they were like just different trainers. I think two of them battled you as you hunted them down. The other one,
Oh yeah.
the other ones went quietly.
Yes. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, I'm getting my weird trainers mixed up. Yeah, I remember now. Because then your man Looker just kind of pops in and David Tennant's his way around the fucking place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So, but yeah, like if it's a game of hunt down seven particular trainers
Mm.
around the world, or six trainers, sorry. Oh, I guess it is very different.
Yeah,
Um.
that's true. Yeah. And like I said, they're all pretty much all in the one place as well. So you just basically just go from like place to place and clear them out one by one.
Yeah.
And like for instance, like again, it's kind of working on the case of like some of these trainers were like chosen by Pokemon. So like in the same way that we were picked by Mew, the character Suzerain, who I think is the guy from Zeta and Omicron, he was picked by
Yeah.
Jirachi.
Okay.
For example, so his Jirachi is his mascot Pokemon, and that can make it evolve and all that jazz. So this is stuff like that. There is definitely an internal canon to it, if you like.
Fair enough.
Um, so yeah, there's tons of like, there's even stuff that I haven't seen myself. In terms of the post game stuff. Um, so for instance, stuff that I've seen definitely there is like a continuation to Tane's stuff in the Perfection Cult. So if you go into if you go into the Perfection base, you basically meet a new character called Gale, who's like an environmental, like an eco terrorist essentially. But she got chosen by a Pokemon. She got chosen by Zygarde, for instance.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so then she's basically trying to take down she's trying to take down Perfection herself. You battle her, all this sort of stuff, and you get all these kind of like new areas like Gaia Town and stuff like that, and basically keep going back and forth with Tane until he tries to reunite the original dragon again.
Oh, that is a plot line that I'd love to see. If if we get a Legends Unova, I would have to think that the original dragon has to be shown at some point there.
Yeah, I think it's a given now at this stage, isn't it? Like you can't not tease it at this stage. So yeah, I think it has to be done. Essentially, hilarious enough. Another one. There's a few other like different ones. Like there's there's a quest to find Malouetta, which is one. You can go back into the dream world and basically clear the place out of infected Darkrai cultists, and that kind of finishes off the Damien's plots basically. Where basically the end of it is that you can catch Darkrai, and so you can do.
I was going to say if one of the characters from this game had to be one of the timeless, I was going to guess Damien.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, that would have been interesting to talk now. To be fair, but I think like ultimately it would be us, or it would have been nice to have like a battle between it. So yeah, a lot of the post game ones are kind of like opportunities to catch legendaries, if you like. So like there's one so we've seen all the kind of music scrolls written everywhere. So there's one to wrap up all them. So that's where you catch Malouetta. There's one basically. There's the where the fucking volcano is on the map. There's an extra area there that has a lot of Delta Pokemon that some we've seen and some we haven't. And basically there's like you can see an event there for Heatran and Volcanion, so you can catch one of them as well during that. And I think there's another one where there's a wrap up for Diana and Audrey's plots as well, so you can fight Audrey again.
Oh yes, I remember that so well. No, I'm sorry, that is one plotline that I do not remember out of this.
Well, that's Abyssal, so that's the Team Aqua plus basically. They were the first to fall essentially, and turns out she's like in the Whirl Islands, I think. And you basically battle Kyogre again, and you also have a chance to catch Lugia.
Okay, look,
very cool.
If they do a good job at it, and I think that's one thing that the main series has not done well is dealing with the sheer number of legendaries.
Hmm.
Like, I haven't really seen what Scarlet and Violet are doing for it. I do know that finding legendaries is possible, but
Yeah, I've tried it. It's like now, this is probably the best chance as any to talk about Scarlet and Violet now. Like you basically have this kind of character called Snacksworth, who is kind of this kind of real anachronistic American character.
okay.
You got it down, and basically what he does is if you do enough kind of like BBQs, he'll basically give you location of a legendary on the map of Jesus, where I've lost complete train of thought. What's the fucking place called?
Terrarium.
Yes, that's it. Jesus, I just completely drew a blank there on where Paldea. That's the fucking word. Jesus.
Wait, in Paldea or in the Terrarium?
No, in Paldea, yeah. Like they basically just pop up out of like weird places, essentially.
Oh.
So, and I think it's pretty much random as well. Now, it's not every legendary. There are a few Scarlet version exclusives in the end, but most of them are catchable, you know. So you think?
Yeah,
yeah.
I have the two Scarlet only legendaries or Paradox legendaries. Absolutely love them. Like both of them, the Dino Entei and the Dino Raikou.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of their designs. I have to say, I think like it is a bit. I think in the end, you probably look at saying that Violet kind of got the short end of the stick with the Paradox forms, but like I know they kind of have to do the kind of make sense of it, but
you can only do so much. You can only do so much with making look futury.
Exactly, and like I'd say, like there's certain ones in that batch of Paradox that look really really good as a as futuristic, and then some of them are just like a token kind of pick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like Delibird is fantastic.
Yes.
Not even getting into how it plays, because it plays like a fucking king. But design wise, they did a great job with new Delibird. Whereas Gardevoir, Gallade, Hermaphrodite thing, I'm not a fan of.
I like that design though. I think it's a proper 50-50 mix of the two Pokemon. I'm actually that's actually one of my personal favorites out of the whole lot. Would you believe? Yeah, I do like it. I do like it a lot. It's again, it's the kind of thing where like it is like it's work. I know it's like the kind of premise that like Pokemon are artificial, they're man-made, they're designed. So it is a case of like, well, if both Pokemon are extinct, you know, what's to say you can't just engineer one that's exactly dead on perfectly one of each, you know? Like I think there's logic to it, you know. Like that's again, we'll disagree on that one, but I think I actually really like the design. To be honest
if you were to talk down any of the Violet only Paradox, which ones would you be hemming and hawing on?
That's what I'm just kind of. I'm trying to give myself a refresher here for which ones really didn't blow me away. So let me just.
All right.
Find it.
I go off of my bat. I'd say Sandy Shocks, the Magneton one, wasn't too mad on. And whatever the term for Mischievous, it's one. I thought they were design wise they were forgettable. As far as how they played, maybe they were better, but I didn't look at either of them thinking I want that on my team.
Yeah, like I'm thinking I was probably I was probably let a bit down by Mecha Tyranitar, I'd say. Like that's like it's more so like it's the novelty of it is like how it's kind of like moving like a robot, you know, kind of way. Like in a weird way, like I think the actual overall designs of the Scarlet Paradoxes are really really great, and they look nice. So when they're done well, they're done well. Sometimes I think actually seeing the robots move the way they do is undoubtedly hilarious, because some are just like burp, 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 burp. And it's just
you can do funny. A lot more with the past than the future design-wise. Like,
Hmm.
as far as when we think of the future, we only think robots. We think, Chrome. We think Sheen.
Yeah.
Whereas with the past, there is how many eras and epochs that we can talk about. Like there's so many like different.
Hmm.
Okay, it's not just make it look caveman. There's
No, absolutely. You're dead right. Like, and yeah, like I think that's the trouble with it is that like the kind of catch-22 you had in the end was like, okay, I could imagine they had like say one Pokemon that looked really, really good as a paradox. I was like, oh, we can make a futuristic Pokemon of this. And then when they start deciding mechanically which ones are worthy of going for it, like again, they kind of made a choice of like they made Donphan as the kind of the
poster.
canary, yeah, as the poster one, yeah. So like, okay, so that's one that's quite handy because you have a choice between like basically robots um and mammoth. So that's a great example, and I suppose like Volcarona is kind of that as well. But like, I don't know, would you argue Volcarona was probably better off being kept as is? Like you have one future and one past, or like one or the other. I don't know. Like that's a conversation for the people, I think. But
I thought Volcarona was done well in both cases.
yeah,
But
at least
that's
we're both very different Pokemon. That's what I think was most interesting. Was that like it is a case of like this is the one, especially for the futuristic one. This is the one just like here's a facsimile of the Pokemon we remember, whereas the other one looks like an actual deviation from the like an actual mutation from the evolutionary path.
Yeah.
Which I suppose was the point.
So, how did you get on with your DLC Part 2? I think this is the first time we've got talking about it since DLC 2 came out.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed what I played so far. I haven't really had a great chance to get stuck into it. Like I've done the actual puzzles and I've done the battle, most of the kind of plot relevant battles, and the Scrapicus battle I think was excellent. Like any excuse to go back to Area Zero is a win for me. I haven't yet got my future paradoxes, as in the two other musketeers.
Okay.
So I haven't got them yet because I'm like a couple of Pokemon short on the on Parents Quest. But I'm kind of like also prepping Pokemon just generally, so I'll be able to evolve enough eventually to get that thing through. So it's not too bad.
You don't need all of them. I think you just need 200 of the 240 or 230.
Yeah, so I'm at like 197, I think. So I'm really close. So
okay.
It's just a matter of just sitting down and hatching 3 more. Bonus paradox. It's a sea lantern. Let's just spot a sea lantern.
I was going to say it's not a Metroid.
Not too far away from it, to be fair. But no, it's a Petalil that's water and fire. Because who doesn't love an L contradictory typecasting?
Oh yeah. So I went into this. I only brought one Mon into the terrarium with me, and I built my team up from whatever I caught around me.
That's good, actually. Like that was that kind of what you did with the first DLC then as well, or did you do? Yeah.
I basically walked out. I walked out. I saw Yanma, and I was like, "Yep, I'll start with that," and then got rid of whatever I first brought.
That's cool. Yeah. See, I did something similar with we did with the first DLC. I went with like a future paradox team, and I have no shame in saying I got my fucking arse handed to me when it came to the double battles. But I was because I was going in, so that's fair,
Oh yeah, great mechanic forcing the double battles, and actually having some of these trainers know what they're at in double battles as well.
Yeah, but it's good though because like it's kind of consistent. They said like, okay, this is where all the good trainers go, so why not like emulate, as it were, the competitive environments, like the competitive Pokemon environment, because it's all double battles on that side. So yeah, why not? Like, makes complete sense.
I will say I had seen it as being like, this is either going to be a bag of pish or really difficult, depending on how good you are at building pairs, building teams.
Yeah.
Because there was some of them that I did very well at. I had gotten, I think it was a Porygon and a Garchomp. No, Gibble. I had a Porygon and a Ground type. Was it Flygon? Yeah, it was Flygon.
Ah, okay.
And Porygon with Discharge, Flygon laughing away. You know, the pair of them were able to work together to beat most shit.
They were in harmony, James.
Yeah, synergy.
Ugh, no, no. Veto that word, thank you. Fucking sick bastard.
Oh yeah, but no, like I know, I even know, like whenever we look at our Pokemon Madness series as we played it a few years ago, we did like one round of let's do single battles, one round of let's do double battles. And for myself anyway, I never had a head on me for how to effectively double battle.
Yeah, because there is like that extra scale of strategy you need.
Yeah, I always banked on how can I win enough in single battles to carry me.
Yeah, like especially for us, like in towards the end where we're going like, okay, I just want to get through this. I want to survive, if that's okay.
There's always like, I don't know about yourself, but I was finding myself like thinking, what shenanigans are going to be pulled?
Yeah, but as the series went on, there was just more shenanigans. So again, I suppose that kind of checks out, doesn't it? You know?
That's not to say there was no shenanigans to begin with.
No, that's very true. That's very true.
I think we both went out into the first battle thinking, right, I've got the first. I'll go out and I'll win with the fastest hit first. And it was okay, who's faster, Aerodactyl or Bouncy Ball.
Or Electro. That's where it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember now. Yeah.
And like that was my shenanigans were based on that, and I think that I have a rapping Tyranitar, or not Tyranitar, Dragonite. Or was that at another stage? But you know, it's we started going into like what shenanigans are going to be pulled on this, and trying to predict around that.
Yeah, we definitely had like the gamesmanship had started early, but I think it was more obvious when we went the more we went on, because like we were keeping score over the series.
I think the biggest element of that was you versus Mookie in Gen 6.
Yes, very much so. Very, very much so.
I think that was the peak. Although I did try pulling the Imposter Ditto at one point to like fuck shit up.
Yeah, that's true. It's because you had little rules and stuff like that, so you couldn't like play the same trick twice over the generations. Yep. So like if you played that trick once, that's it. Not only you have to plan your goof, basically you have to do it at the right time.
Yeah.
So, but that's all part of the fun.
All part of the fun, and if we can find another one or two interested in the series, we may try to revive it.
Yeah, no, it's certainly on the cards for this year. I'd like to get it started again, and that's why I'm kind of trying to put some of the groundwork in on Scarlet Violet to make it possible. So, we will have a conversation off camera about that at some stage to see if we can make it work. But definitely like that's certainly one thing I'd like to do is give that another go, especially now that we have pretty much everything we need, or everything we got now on Scarlet Violet. We have our fill now, so we have enough to work on in that sense. But it'd be nice to do it again.
Do we have a third friend?
You see, that's what we're struggling on, James. No one wants to talk to us. Like we have a lot of colleagues, but friends is kind of the limiting factor here, you know. Oh, there.
No. What was I going to say there? But no, really enjoyed the second DLC. Liked that they set the plot out. In effect, like here is the elite, here's the Elite Four. Go.
Yes.
But their challenges were a bit piss. I think I did the best one first, which was the cooking challenge.
Oh yeah, I think I did that one first as well. I went clockwise around the terrarium, so I think that was the closest. Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it. Now, I'll be honest. Like I thought I had to go in and like because I had never focused on the sandwich making unless I was wanted to hatch eggs. So I thought
it was better content than here's a quiz about 4 Pokemon.
Oh god, fuck that! Yeah, that was awful.
That was definitely the weakest of the 4 challenges.
Yeah, no, hands down. Like it was light enough. Like it is kind of one of those ones where like it's hard for the makers of the game to decide what level you're meant to be at for this.
Yeah.
Like how he's supposed to, like from their point of view, like they're trying to make a DLC where you could be going in as like top tier level 80 whatever else is. But it's also not impossible that you could be going in completely blank as well. You know, that is kind of programmed in to a certain respect.
No, you only go to the terrarium after you're the champion.
Oh, is that okay? Right, I'm thinking of mostly thinking of Kitty Kami then in that case.
Yeah, Kitty Kami can be done at any stage.
Oh, okay, right, that makes more sense then. Because I heard there was like a little like programming loophole that made you go to the terrarium before your time. So
yeah, no,
right.
No,
no,
and that was the same with Galar. If you went to the snowy tundra area, you were dealing with level 60 shit immediately. There was no, oh yeah, this is level 10.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yes.
So they did program. It's a program that this is after the main game.
Yeah. Okay, that's grand then. So like that like makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, like I enjoyed it now. I have to say, like I think, like I said at the start, like I was a sucker for Area Zero. I thought it's a brilliant idea, and it's something that like I in a way I know it's not gonna last until like beyond this generation. But my God, do I ever want to wish it to exist more often? You know?
Yeah.
Like what I wouldn't give for like a part 2 of this in like the next game they make. Like I want more of Area Zero shenanigans. I want more Paradox Pokemon. You know, where I know, like I'm wishing for the impossible there. I know it's not going to happen, but I want to will into existence. That should tell you how good they got. Like out of all the games in the last few generations, they nailed the gimmicks in this. Like the Terra styling for me works really, really well. I think it opens up.
Jonathan, you're so close. You just oh no.
Yeah, this is a fucker of a puzzle. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh no, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. I was there for a while. Okay. But yeah, no, I did enjoy the overall kind of like DLC experience. Like I did like the cards they threw in. Like I was a fan of Carmine and Mokuba as I rechristened them. And yeah, it just kind of like it all kind of worked for me. You know, as I said, like the mixture of the Area Zero stuff, that extra content, that extra bit of plot spackle. The kind of bonus encounters as well, because she had the bit of the Crystal Lake Den with yourself and or the other professor when
Hiro or Sada.
Yeah, exactly. So once you got chat, you get them, and they have this epilogue now out at time of recording. So
that's out as of yesterday or today as of recording. I have not got a chance to go through it yet myself.
Yeah, same here. So
I am not sure if this is just a cutscene saying thanks for playing the game, or if this is it's an extra hour or so of content, or what.
It's an account. It's basically an event to get Petra runs. The last the typical of the show. So
yeah.
And it just brings all the characters together as well, and some extra little bonus lore, as it were. I mean, look, it's good. I liked that it was in Unova as well. It was a nice little kind of like, you know, oh hey, look, they like this place that exists, you know, and the music is ever so slightly Gen 5.
If there's one thing that I'll commend this for a long time, it's they captured the music so well.
They did, yeah. And like I said, they didn't just make remixes, as it were. It was just
little hints of the Gen 5 like main score. Like that, that really worked well. That really scratched an itch.
Yeah, it did, and especially like it wasn't just a token remix in a sense. It wasn't just like the same music put into like the soundscape for this game. It was this is how Gen 5 music is like generally. I can just basically make new stuff in that same realm. So it's smart that it's done. Like I said, it means that like in theory, it means like if you wanted to go back to Galar in a future game, you have like certain motifs in that. If you're going back to Hoenn, for instance, it's just trumpets everywhere.
Yeah.
Essentially, you know. But that's part of that'll be part of the joke as well. Is like you're in Hoenn because trumpets, you know.
Is it as fun whenever they're in on the joke as well?
I mean, I guess not. Like, now that you mention it, kind of like, yeah, that kind of does ruin the flow of it. It's like, it's what happens when corporate finds out about your memes, kind of way, and they start making their own memes. Don't quite understand. Yeah, I don't know. We'll only know until they try, I guess.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? They've set things up well, and they've definitely brought Unova back into the conversation again. If they do go with like Let's Go Unova game.
Yeah.
I know I've been talking about Let's Go Johto, but what if they just skip it right to Unova?
Like I said, I think one way you're getting Gen 5 in some shape or fashion this year or next year. Again, I think there's more scope now in the Legend series for that, especially with the extra gameplay they threw in the DLC. I think that's intended for those type of projects as opposed to Let's Go. Again, I could be wrong with that, but I feel that's the way it's going.
Like, I think Legends absolutely told them, like, no, there's a market here for you if you're smart enough first.
Yeah.
And I can only hope that they have paid attention to that. Just go left. Wait, no, wrong game.
It does not have that kind of energy to it. This maze was a fucker.
At what point? So I saw you made a cut with this. At what point did this cut have to happen?
James, you don't need to know how long I was in that cave. It's completely irrelevant to the playthrough, and we shall never speak of it again. But a puzzle's a puzzle, I suppose. But yeah, like I think overall, like my overall on the DLC is quite good. I'm not a fan of the battle point system. Mainly because I completely missed the boat on it, and now I've like got like absolute pittance to work with. Whereas there's some mad cunts who are on like 3,000 like BP and they're able to get all the starters. I can barely cobble up 300s.
I have all of the starters, but I got them through Wonder Trades and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of banking on at this stage, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want on Sunday, I can like bring the Switch up and give a hand.